Hey, this is Ron. Ron's Woodturning. Glad y'all could join me. A couple of weeks ago, I made a turkey pop call for a fellow at work, and it was just a plain Jane call. I was just seeing if I could do it. Never made one before. And then he scratched the glass because I don't got a clue, and he started playing. He said, "Man, that sounds really good." Well, crowd gathered up because we was all at Louisiana State University firefighting grounds, and there's a bunch of guys around there, and they're turkey hunters. So, guy asked me, he said, "Man, can you make me one of those kind of fancy?" And I said, "Sure." So I made him one of these, and it's spalted pecan, and put the holes in it and all that, and I'd put a little turquoise inlay, and I made it glass over a copper gilding, and I made him a striker to match. And I can't play it because he told me, "Do not scratch the glass." I'll scratch the glass. That's what he told me. So it sound like a speaker. If you cover it up. So I guess that's the idea of making a turkey call, is you turn it into a little speaker, and when you scratch on it, it makes turkey noises. I don't got a clue. But anyway, it's fun to make. So I'm going to make another one today in the shop. So stick with me, and I'll go through the process that I used. Okay, so the first one I made was with sinker cypress. So I got a little piece of sinker cypress here. And then I'm just going to make a slate. Regular old slate call, and you can get these. I ordered these parts from Shipley Outdoors. So it's going to be a slate over sinker cypress, and I got a piece of Osage orange tone board. Now it's thin, but I'm going to use wood hardener on it to make it, well, it's already hard, but I'll make it even harder. And then turn this into the pot call. So let me get it on the lathe. I found the center, and I'm just going to get it round first, and then I'm going to put it on a mandrel. The mandrel I'm going to use is the one that I use to make bottle stoppers. So you drill a 5/16 hole, and then you tap it. Then you can just screw it on. You can work it frontwards, backwards, and finish it up. So let me get it on the lathe, and we'll get going. Alright, so you can see it's pretty wobbly right now, so I'm going to make it round and square it off, and then drill a hole. So let's go. Alright, so I got it round, but I got some imperfections in the wood. So I'm going to treat that up with some CA glue, because I need it. I need this part, but I don't need it to come apart. So I'm just going to soak it down. Let it penetrate down in there. And let that harden up, because I might want to fill it with something like I did that other one. And so now it ain't going nowhere. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it off the lathe, since I got two good perfect centers, and drill it out. And then tap it, and I'll show you that. Alright, so I'm going to chuck it up this way first, so I can make this perfectly flat, get rid of that hump. So all I'm going to do is tap it, and then when I get it all the way tapped, I'm going to pour some C8 glue in there too to firm them threads up so it'll hold better. Because cypress is pretty soft and I don't want it stripping out. Alright, it's sanded to 600 and I got some little tiny holes and stuff in it. And I'm going to leave them in there. So now I'm going to hit it with the abrasive paste. And I think I'm going to use my dark paste. Bring these lines out even better. We'll see what happens. Here's my dark stuff. It ain't that dark, but it's not amber colored like the Yorkshire grit or my other stuff. But it does the trick. Brings out the dark stuff better than the light stuff once you wipe it off, so we'll see. Let me flip it on, get it on there. And I get it off. Now I'm running about 1200. And it's too fat right now. So I might cut some down. Only needs to be about 7/8 to 1 1/8 width. So I also left out a step a while ago. You just cut a little finger indent. So I anticipated it off center so I could cut some of the other part off. Alright. And there we go. That's pretty good. I like it. Smooth. Smooth. I like it a lot. I ain't even put no finish on it. Cool. Some sanding sealer. Thinned shellac, basically. Let that dry. Oh yeah, cypress is thirsty wood. So this is like coat number 4. And it's still sucking it up. But I want it to look good, so I'm just going to keep at it. Okay, well, I'm giving up on the shellac based stuff. I'm fixing to hit it with some thinned out lacquer. See if that will clog it up. A couple of coats of this stuff. And the thing is, I gotta let this dry longer. I'm gonna put some Doctor's micro crystalline on it, and I'll buff it out with some other wax later, but this ought to shine it. It's kind of like shine juice, except this has got a different kind of wax. It's not just shellac. And it gets pretty shiny when you turn it fast. See, that's getting pretty good. Yeah. Alright, I'll let that dry a couple seconds and I'll burn this baby up high RPM. Alright, let's shine her up. That's about 1600. And it dolled it up again. Well, I guess you want a shiny turkey carl out in the field, but I would like it to shine a little bit. Oh well, we've got a plan B. So we're going with Versa Wax. Now I know it won't be like that Hampshire Sheen super gloss stuff, but it'll be slicker than owl, you know what, which may not be good. I mean, it's a trick. You got to be able to hang on to the dead dumb thing. So let's let that dry, and then we'll do the buff thing. I'm going with Carnauba. Baby ought to shine now. Melt this sucker in. Come on, get on it. Hell, that's 2,000. I don't know if I ever had this lathe up to 2,000. My little one all the time, but not this big one. Pretty smooth. Alright, I can start to see myself in it. I think we're there. Alright, let's flip it around. Just unscrew it. It's kind of shiny. I'll work on it some more. Oops. Put it this way. Alright, so now I'm going to cut it down to the width I want and then start hollowing out the inside. Alright, so I marked it, and you take about 1/4 inch off to make it the same width as this one. And then I can work with it. Alright, so I marked it. So, right there, that'll make the width that I want. So this extra's got to come off and get trued up. And then I'll dig. Okay, so what I did was mark the thickness that I want to bury it in, and then I made a mark because there's going to be a pedestal sticking up right here, and all these little hairline marks is where I'm going to dig it out. So you can see that the slate is smaller in diameter, so once I get close I'll cut a ring to indent this in. And then this ring right here is going to be far enough down in there that I can put my Osage orange tone board down in there. I hadn't saturated it yet, but it'll fit in there. If it don't, I'll trim a little bit. So I got a little bit of gap all the way around it, and it's sitting on a little pedestal and gives me a cavity. So I'll have this on the outside. You won't be able to see this no more, but it'll have to scratch here, go around this, and then come out the holes in the back. Sounds like a plan, man. Man, that is so close. I want a little bit of gap around it though, because I'm going to use flexible glue. Let me show you. I'm going to use this E6000 stuff. And with the wood moves, it doesn't bind up. But I mean, I've only got a microscopic inch to go. And then I can glue the tone board in after I wood harden it. And then this, and then just before I glue this in, I'll polish it all up. Let's check it. Perfect. And I got a little bit of wood sticking up. That's what I want. I might go just a tad deeper, because when I sand it, it's going to take some off. Alright, so here's my Osage orange, and I put wood hardener on it. Drowned it pretty good. And I can't put it in yet because I got to drill the holes, but it's going to fit just right. Alright, I took it over to the drill press and drilled it. And they're pretty close. I kind of eyeballed it. I can see one of them a little crooked, but who cares? It'll be fine. Got plenty of holes in it. So now I can glue the tone board in there and the slate in there and try it out. Okay, so I got a little lacquer thinned, and I'm going to coat the inside of it with it. Not going to polish it or nothing. Just going to coat it. And then swirl it around. Then wipe off the back. And rub it. And that ought to sink in and give it some strength. Okay. Well, that was a lot of fun. There it is. That's the back of it. And there's the front. And I don't know how to do it, but it kind of... I don't know. I asked my aunt, and she said it sounded like he was raking the food off your plate. They're mean to me. Anyway, fun little project. You can experiment, you know, with how big the holes are, how far down to put the tone board, what kind of tone board, what kind of top. You could use glass, copper, aluminum, crystal. They make a bunch of stuff. Like I said, Shipley Outdoors sells all these parts. Even these little strikers. I didn't make this. It's easy to make, but I didn't make this. This is Purple Heart. And that don't sound like a dinner plate. Oh well. So, glad y'all stuck with me. And it was a lot of fun. And if you like it, subscribe, tell your friends. There's just no telling what I'll try to make. These are fun though. I like this. There's a lot of steps, and that makes it more challenging. So fun. So y'all have a great day. And I'll be back with more Ron's Wood Turning Shop in about a week. Got to go out of town again. Great day.